Hi, everyone. It is Thursday. It's about coming up on 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's January the 21st. I have a little bit of news. I will have some numbers for you coming up here at the end of this little piece I'm putting in here. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. I know you're all busy. You don't have time to sit around and watch me jabber along here. So I want to give you the most important information I can, then give you the numbers, and then I'll still stick in the shout-outs at the end with a couple of little videos of our beach. So let's jump into the news first. Florida hospitals are once again nervously eyeing a number of factors that could increase spread and hospitalizations, this time without any reinforcements. Worrying hospital leaders, the combination of post-holiday infection surges, seasonal bumps in patients from January to March, even in non-COVID years, and the unpredictability of the new COVID variants that are thought to be more infectious. COVID surges across the country also make it much more difficult for them to hire nurses. Alrighty, did you miss your shot booking for COVID-19 at Publix? Shots are expected to open again Friday for seniors 65 and older, and I will put this long website up here on the screen. Publix pharmacies in Miami, Broward, and Dade County still don't have the vaccines. However, Florida doesn't have a statewide residence requirement, which means seniors can travel to Palm Beach, Monroe, and other counties to get their shots. And here's a little bit of news from Publix. Publix has wrapped up Wednesday's vaccine registration through its website, but seniors can try again on Friday. That's what we said earlier. Then another sign-up will be offered. More than 250,000 people tried to access the public website Wednesday morning for one of the few slots for the COVID-19 vaccines. Publix officials said 24,402 appointments were gone in less than 2 hours. On Friday, another 45,598 appointments will be made available for 5 days of vaccines starting on Saturday. Okay, so there you go. I'm not telling you anything that you probably don't already know, and some of you have been fortunate enough to be able to get your vaccinations, and that's a good thing. There are a number of places to try. Obviously, you can try over at the Cleveland Clinic. You know, they have their a way of going. You know how to do that. You've seen that on the internet. You can sign up there. You can sign up out at the fairgrounds to have it done by the county. And those are the two main places plus Publix. So hopefully we're going to be able to get these shots fairly soon. But it's still going to be a problem. Let's face it. The vaccines are pouring in, but there are just so many people available to administer the shots. So once again, this is not the governor's fault, and this is not the president's fault. It's just like the spread of this virus is not the president or the governor's fault. This is the fault of us trying to either first not protecting ourselves, and then the thing is spreading around like wildfire, and or you just have to be very patient and try to get these shots. It's I don't know how you deal with it. You know, we have about 21 million people who live here in Florida, and certainly something like 15 to 18 million of those are going to need the shots, if not more, and that requires 2 shots. So let's say it's 20 million people out of the 21.5 million. That would be 40 million shots. It's a lot of shots. And it requires a lot of people to give those shots out. So just be as patient as you possibly can. Alrighty, folks, so here we go. We're going to jump right into the numbers. As I say, it's a little bit past 1 o'clock. When I talk to you next, I will be telling you what the numbers are at that time, which is probably going to be somewhere after 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. Stand by. Here we go. Alrighty, folks, here we are in the numbers department this afternoon, and look where we are. Today is Thursday, January the 21st, and another bad day. Yes, another bad day in River City. 161 new deaths reported in the past 24 hours in the entire state of Florida. That's 19 more than yesterday. Yesterday we had 142. 12,873 new positives. Yesterday we had 11,914. That's 959 more positives today than yesterday. For the entire state of Florida, of course. Total number of people vaccinated in the entire state of Florida, 1,239,975. Total number of people vaccinated in the past 24 hours in the entire state of Florida, 65,290. Alrighty. Let's take a look at Miami-Dade. 14 new deaths to report in the past 24 hours, 2,153 new positives. 137,954 people have been vaccinated down in Dade County, 7,798 new vaccinations in the past 24 hours. In Broward County, 6 new deaths to report. In the past 24 hours, 1,096 new positives in Broward County, Fort Lauderdale, and 5,868 new vaccinations. In Palm Beach, 5 new deaths to report in the past 24 hours in Palm Beach, 829 new positives down there, and 5,540 new vaccinations in Palm Beach County. In Orange County, that's Orlando, 7 new deaths to report in the past 24 hours, 764 new positives, 2,758 new vaccinations up there in the Orlando area. Now in Brevard County, that's Melbourne, 1 new death to report, 240 new positives, 1,499 new vaccinations in the past 24 hours in Brevard County. Alrighty, here we are in St. Lucie County. 2 new deaths to report in the past 24 hours, 155 new positives, 789 new vaccinations in St. Lucie County, the Fort Pierce area, in the past 24 hours. In Martin County, that's Stewart, 4 new deaths to report in the past 24 hours, 53 new positives, 549 new vaccinations in Martin County, that's Stewart, in the past 24 hours. And then in Indian River County, where we are, 4 new deaths to report in the past 24 hours, 113 new positives, and 267 new vaccinations in the past 24 hours. We have so far vaccinated 8,919 here in Indian River County. We're going to move down here just a little bit and take a look at the zip codes for Indian River County. Zip code 32948, 7 new positives. Zip code 32958, 19 new positives. Zip code 32960, Vero Beach proper, 14 new positives. Zip code 32962, 21 new positives. Zip code 32963, 6 new positives. That's where we are here in the Barrier Island. 32966, 12 new positives. 32967, 19 new positives. And 32968, 9 new positives. All these positives are in the past 24 hours for Indian River County. Let's take a look at the 7-day moving averages for the entire state of Florida. This would be 161.43. That's the number of people who have passed away each day for the past 7 days. 7-day moving averages for the entire state of Florida. That's as a result of COVID-19. Everything we're talking about here has to do with COVID-19. Nothing else but COVID-19. All righty, let's take a look at what we got down here. This is this new little chart that we've been working on. So, total amount of distributed vials of vaccine in the entire United States, 35,990,150. Total administered shots in the entire United States, 17,176,247. That was as of 11:19 this morning. And new vaccinations, 918,923 in the past 24 hours. This report came in at around 11 o'clock today. So you see here this 35 and the 17 kind of looks like they're holding back for that second dose because 7 and 7 is 14. If you multiply these out, it's pretty much twice as many as the total number that were distributed plus the number that have been administered, and that's how many still have to go. Number of deaths for the entire United States in the past 48 hours. This is all going to be 48 hours from now on over here. 4,383. Texas, 67,757 with the new vaccinations in the past 48 hours. 440 new deaths in the past 48 hours. California, 71,899 new vaccinations in the past 24 hours, 590 new deaths in the past 48 hours for California. Now for Florida, 65,290 new vaccinations in the entire state of Florida in the past 24 hours, 142 new deaths in the past 48 hours. Rhode Island, 3,027 new vaccinations in the past 24 hours, 13 new deaths in the past 48 hours. In Colorado, 10,146 new vaccinations in the past 24 hours, 34 new deaths in the past 48 hours. Very confusing, right? Wisconsin, 12,217 new vaccinations in the past 24 hours, 60 deaths in the past 48 hours. Minnesota, 1,013 new vaccinations up there in the past 24 hours, 34 new deaths in the past 48 hours. New Jersey, 32,072 new vaccinations in the past 24 hours, 136 new deaths in the past 48 hours. I'm going to get this right eventually. New York, 92,030 for the total number of vaccines in the state that were given out in the past 24 hours, 240 deaths in the past 48 hours. In New York City now, 38,859 were a part of that 92,030. But New York City itself gave out 38,589 of vaccinations in the past 24 hours. It's a lot of vaccinations, a lot of people administering these shots. That's a huge number. Look at this number up here for the United States, 918,923. Very big number. It doesn't seem like it's making a dent in it, but it is a huge number. All right, here we go with what we refer to as the worst numbers. Total number of positive cases in the entire United States since we started, 24,502,349. Total number of deaths in the entire United States since back in March when we started, 408,011. Total number of cases, this is the biggest number on the chart, in the entire world since we started, 97,151,318. And the total number of deaths, this is the worst number, total number of deaths in the entire world since we started back in March, 2,084,012. 2,084,012 people have passed away since we started this pandemic in the entire world. Alrighty, folks, so those are the numbers for today. I am going to drop in the shout-outs that I did yesterday. I will begin to start updating those shout-outs in the foreseeable future and add on some of the new people. I'm trying to come up with pictures. I'm sneaking around trying to get your picture to be able to show on my shout-outs. A lot of people like those pictures, so I'm going to try to do that for you as well. Shout-outs following this coming up here in just a moment. Thank you very much for watching. See you back here again tomorrow on Friday, the last day of the business week. Ron Crider signing off for today. It is the 21st of January. Okay, today we're going to make some room for some shout-outs for these people who watch every day, some days, a few days, every once in a while, but we do appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching, and I always like to recognize you because you recognize me. I appreciate that very much. A few of these people you'll see I have some pictures, which I'll stick up here as well. Let's start out with one of my most loyal watchers. That would be Marie Arnold. She lives here in our building. Diana Stark lives here at 5680 A1A. Iowa Lizzie, who is now known as Florida Lizzie. Cheryl Deacon, Alan Mary June, Gina Raymond, Nancy Bicknell. Thank you very much, Nancy, for watching. I didn't realize you were one of my loyal watchers until I saw your name pop up on Facebook every once in a while. Joan Ellen, Elizabeth Hutchison, George, Karen Gaskell. Thank you, Karen. Appreciate you watching as well. Saw your name pop up recently. Ann Haley Danchall is probably one of my most loyal watchers. Thank you so much, Ann. And George Ed. Appreciate that very much. Of course, Vanessa down in Miami. Tony in Miami. Kevin out there in Houston. Then we have Wayne and Dorothy. They're up in Minnetonka, Minnesota. Remember Dorothy? She doesn't live in Kansas anymore. She's in Minnetonka, Minnesota. And then we also have the Kennedys on Long Island. They're very loyal watchers, and they check in with me every now and again, and I do appreciate that. Jim Davis, the best voice in radio on the entire planet, and he lives here in Vero Beach. Absolutely. Tommy DeBray, another great radio personality that I worked with as I was growing up. And then I have Greg down at WMBM in Miami. Raymond Kari, who used to live here in our building, he's now moved into his mansion up the street. And Captain Marcia, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Captain Marcia, down at the front gate. We have Danny up in New Jersey, who's down here in Florida right now, and he may be back up in New Jersey if we keep doing this in the fall. Jim Peabody, Britt, Betsy, Sherry Hale, Jay, Sherry Brown is the best real estate gal here on the Treasure Coast. Well, it's one of my favorite real estate gals because she's bought and sold a couple of pieces of property for us. We like her very much. No pressure with Sherry. She's terrific. Then there's Timothy, John Marks, and Kelly over at the Polo Deli and Polo Bistro. Terrific folks, terrific place. Best prices on wine anywhere here on the Treasure Coast, and they're really fun, nice people. And then we have Heather Mason Wood. Heather, my very favorite person. Heather Mason Wood. I don't know most of these people, but Heather Mason Wood, I don't know her, but I love her name. Gail Beeson. Then we have Carol Hamill. It's Karolhamel. And then there's Carol and Bobby Young up in Kentucky. They're my old friends from back when I was 16 years old, and they still check in with me every once in a while. Jay, Megan Davis, Diane, Joyce, Rosemary Biddle, Edith Stokes. I believe she's the garden gal. Thank you, Edith, for watching. Ginger, Barbara, Donna, Brenda, Costas, Donald, Julie, Muffy, and Paul. Did mention George Ed, didn't I, when I was talking about Ann Haley? George Ed's her husband. Terrific guy, smart people, really great people. Great service to our country. Both of them, I believe, were in the service. Then there's Kathleen, Bruce, Jay Parm, another great guy, gave us a lot of service for our country. Nancy Bicknell, Jean, Nancy Strazula, I love to say that name, Italian name. My name is really Ruggiero. Go by either one. Susan Taylor, Marcia's friend. Susan Taylor, another real estate person. Barbie Chandler, Barbara Parrott, Billy Moss. Now, there you go. Billy Moss is one of the best real estate guys in town. The only real estate guy I know of that has anything to do with restaurants. If it's a restaurant and a bar and it's real estate, it's Billy Moss for sure. Lisa Crider Brown, that would be my daughter down in Stewart. Robin Yates occasionally watches down in Stewart as well. Steve Reynolds, Diane Flynn up in New Jersey. Sandra G., Kim Peasy, that's another one of my daughters up in North Carolina. Can't forget my daughters. Appreciate that very much. Anyway, those are the shout-outs for today. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Without you watching, there's no point in me doing these things.